In the 1850s, the 1860s, there are these people like Walt Whitman and Henry Clapp and even Mark Twain who see New York City as a sort of playground of sorts for them, right? They're all hanging out, they're writing, they're sharing ideas, and they're emulating this Bohemian culture of Paris, of French. It's like a distinctly French culture that they are trying to emulate. Now, again, like side note here, even the people who saw themselves as like Bohemians in Paris in the early 19th century are sort of imitating what they see as almost like a gypsy culture, right? So let's start with the Bohemians in general have to be people who have the money to not worry too much about working, right? These are people who have pedigrees. These are people who have the kind of life where they can afford to not be go-getters, right? They can afford to not be respectable necessarily, right? Bohemians in general saw themselves as people who would hang out, who would drink, who would talk, who would sort of essentially exempt themselves from bougie expectations that Americans of the mid-19th century had for men, right? So you think about that sort of respectable culture that is the underpinning of Republican society that we discussed like early in the semester. These people are alive when that still has a lot of value, and they also think that they don't need to follow those rules.